All right, welcome to another episode of Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. I am your host. Now, let me go over the rules for the rule breakers. On Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr., this is a call in show where callers will have 2 minutes to call in at 940-329-4110, and you can rip, rant, and kick some knowledge about all things NFL. Now, we don't talk politics. I don't give a fat rat's butt what the Republicans are doing, nor do I care what the Democrats are doing. We don't talk race relations. We don't talk sexual orientation. All are welcome to attend and call in. As usual, I am always rocking the standard uniform, augmented by the official NFL hat with the official logo that tells everyone I am as neutral as Switzerland. Now, we give advice, but we don't give sound advice. No, 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 no. This is a caller driven show, and we're always sponsored by Crown Royal. Yes, indeed, we are. And last but not least, I'm always rocking a cool beard. Yes, indeed. Now, let's jump into the show and let's talk about today's games. Now, I don't hide it. I am a big time card carrying Redskin Commander football team fan, and I am thoroughly disappointed. But the show goes on. We took it in the shorty shorts by that team, better known as the Dallas Cowboys. But big ups to the Cowboys, man. You know, I'm not gonna be a sore loser. I'm not, but I ain't happy. But it is what it is. But but there were other games. We had the Who Dat Nation went down today. We had the G-Men, better known as the New York Giants, with a victory over the Denver. Then from Mario London, we had some football. So we had the Rams taking care of that team better known as the Jags. So it was an action pack week, starting with this last Thursday's upset. Upset. Well, I guess I would call it upset. Well, the Steelers lost, so and I guess that should have been a signal that it was going to be a dark weekend. Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr.
Who that?
Who that said they gonna beat them there Saints? Jay in Grand Prairie. Jay, we to you. Um, let's talk Saints football.
Oh God! Did you see that mess?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Jay,
Offense had some problems. Defense couldn't get together. What the world's going on?
I have no idea. But today I was more disappointed in the offense, especially starting off with the especially how the game started off. We had a fumble
I was too.
by Rattler. We had we had an interception that was thrown, and throughout all of that, you
Three of them.
you got there were three turnovers. You guys were still close. Y'all was still in the fight, but it's just that defense let go of the rope at the end, and you guys came out on the short end. So I don't know what's next for Saint football. Um, I'm holding out hopes. I'm sure you are.
Man, I'm just looking for next season. All right.
Wait a minute, Jay. Are you telling me that you have officially? Are you?
I ain't giving up on them this season, but I'm not gonna give up on this season. I think we can come back. I really do. But I'm thinking next season will be way much better.
I think you guys have to spend some money on the defensive side of the football. I think what happened was I think what happened was that the Saints got old as far as on the defensive side. I think you guys relied too much on guys like the Honey Badger. He retired. Um, and a lot of your key guys on defense. And because football is a young guy's sport. And I just think,
Yes.
yeah. And it seems to me like you guys were so preoccupied with the quarterback position with bringing in a
And
young
we
Tyler
forgot
Show.
about defense.
Yes, yes. And that's for me. That is what's holding you guys back is the defensive side of the ball. That
Cause you right, it was close. We could have won that game. It wasn't a high scoring game.
and you guys were playing the Bears. Now the Bears, that game was there. Although the score was 26-14, but it was a lot closer. The Bears didn't really break it out until didn't break the game open until maybe the last 3-4 minutes of the game, and that was because of the turnovers, self-inflicted wounds by the Who That Nation. So,
Right.
but I will tell you one thing that I like and I enjoyed watching is the fact that Spencer Rattler will throw the ball down the field.
Unlike Carr.
Yeah, you know, because when you are throwing the ball deep and you're a quarterback that will throw it deep, yeah, there's gonna be some chances where you're gonna have some turnovers, but at least you're giving your wide receivers the opportunity to be a part of the action. Whereas with Carr, he was
Right.
always checking the ball down. But I'll tell
Chuck
you,
down Charlie.
yeah. But Jay, I'll tell you who I'm more disappointed in this year, and maybe I don't want to use the word washed up, but I'm just not seeing the same out of Alvin Kamara as and I know, everybody gets old, players get old, but he's just not the same player.
I think it's the same. We just need a little more push. Or need to do more, you know.
Now there was this one trick play that you guys ran, and I think it was like in the fourth quarter. Um, the quarterback passed the ball to Taysom Hill, and Taysom ran it about because you guys were like third down and 30, and the quarterback gave it to him, tossed it to him. He picked up about 15, 20 yards, and then threw it back to Alvin, and he picked up the first down. And I think
Right.
it was that one play that I think made a significant outcome as to what happened toward the end because the referees called it an illegal play because they called it an incomplete forward pass because when you're doing something like that, you got to make sure that you're throwing the ball backwards instead of forward. And it was barely, and you know how they have the retired referees and they always ask them their opinion before the final.
Yeah.
So even the retired zebra, as I call him, he even said, that was too close to call, and I wouldn't overturn the call. And man, when they came back after the commercial, the the referee ruled that it was a illegal forward pass and took away the first down and 10. And I think it was that play right there determined that had a major, major, major impact on the outcome of the game.
Yeah.
And for me, that was a game changer. But all in all, I think you guys have found your quarterback. Now it's just a matter of fixing the defense.
Yeah. We gotta do that.
So I think
Gotta fix that.
you got to spend some money. I know you guys got new ownership, and but I know that you have to spend some money on that side of the ball, um, because you guys got enough weapons on offense. Yeah, could you use a few more
Yeah.
pieces?
But they work though, right now.
It's just that when you need to get the key stop, you guys were
Turn
unable.
over our freaking tackle.
Nobody can tackle Jay. Jay in Grand Prairie. Let me get one last who that for the Who That Nation.
Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Who that?
Jay,
Who that?
Jay, I heard this rumor because well, I did a NFL pool today with the Commanders versus the team known as the Cowboys, and I do it twice a year, usually Thanksgiving and Christmas. But yeah, I did my pool today, and I want people to know you were one of the people that were in my pool. And Jay, I think you were
Yeah, I
one.
won.
Congratulations.
I won $400. They pay my phone bill now.
Congratulations to you. Congratulations. So, and I guess I will see all my my pool players I don't know what game that we're gonna do. It'll either be a Cowboy game or it'll be a Commander game. But whichever game is gonna be, if and I haven't looked that far, so I'm sure somebody's playing on Thanksgiving or close to it. So we'll pick another game and then we'll roll that way too. All right, Jake. Let me give you one big fat last who that for the Who That Nation.
Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Who that? Who that?
All right, Jay and Grand Prairie. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Sports Therapy.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, it's my homeboy Glenn. Homeboy Glenn. I'm mad.
Yes, sir.
I'm mad. I'm disappointed. I'm unhappy. But man, the show goes on, homeboy Glenn. Now, before we jump and talk
That's what I was calling in.
before we
That's
jump
what I was
in,
calling in. I was calling in sick today.
okay.
I was calling in sick because they made me sick today.
Now, bro, that was a hard watch for me. That was a hard watch. It was a hard watch. All because, and I'm neutral as I can be, but I'm still a fan. Now, this game today between the Commanders, Redskins football team and the Cowboys, here's what I tell people. Whenever you have a rivalry game, i.e. the Steelers, Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Steelers, Bengals, you can throw the records out the window. It doesn't make a difference who's got what.
Throw them out the window, man.
And two things usually happen. Either somebody get blown out, or it's a defensive game, or it's just a good game. Today was not a good game, but I just say this. We had when you don't have any of your starting receivers, it makes a big difference as to how the game is being played, because there's a difference between having veteran receivers and I'm talking about being able to keep the drive going, because the goal was to maintain drives, keep the ball away from Dak and CD and the Cowboys offense. But because we were missing Debo, we was missing Terrible Terry, and we were missing Noah. So we really didn't have any weapons per se. But at the end of the day, everybody get paid to play.
Yes, but man, like you said, man, it makes a lot. People don't realize it, man. Injury plays a big part. You got a lot of games. Still got a lot of games left, and the injury plays a big part in anything, man. Because like I said, y'all didn't have nobody, and just about everybody kind of hurt this year.
Oh, true.
And there are a lot of good key people now.
True.
But like I tell people, man, when Pittsburgh played Cincinnati Thursday night, man, when the game come on, man, I just had a funny feeling thing wasn't gonna look right, man. And I'm gonna tell you this here. I don't know why Mike Tomlin didn't like to go and get them old washed up ass guys that have been in the league 11, 12 years, used to be all pros. Man, them guys days over, like Darius play. Man, you could have went and got a guy like Justin Simmons or somebody like that, a little younger. They going out getting them, man, them guys days is over. Jalen Ramsey days about over, man.
True.
Yeah, man, them guys, they used to be, but they ain't got it no more. Them guys just ain't got it. You got to go out there and get some fresh legs, man.
And you got some of those old guys want to play off their reputation. The problem is that you got them young guns want to challenge them. Man, I can't wait to play against Jalen Ramsey. I can't wait to play against,
right.
Yes,
man, and it's just, now it's just to the point where, these guys are past their prime, man, and it's time to replace them guys, man.
Let me take.
But I tell you what, man. I tell you what, though, man. Them Indianapolis coaches not playing.
No, they are for real. They're for real. They are.
Yeah, I think they're for real.
They are for real. But now, homeboy.
Man, Kansas City look like they getting their stuff together.
Yes, and you and I both. We always say this: you can't win the Super Bowl in the first 5 to 6 games you play, but you can lose it. All you want to be when you hit game 8 and 9 because it's they have an oddball number of games. If you want to
17
be,
game schedule.
yeah, you want to be 500, a little bit above 500, and maybe one or two games below, one game below, and you're still in the hunt.
No more than one.
Yeah, and you're still in the hunt. And because injuries are going to take place with every team, so you always want to, if you
True.
can, have your injuries early. Start getting guys back in the latter part of the season where your team is healthy and you're focused. Um, because you take like in you guys division right now, the Ravens are a terrible team as far as with injuries, but they're getting healthy and they're gonna be getting everybody back. So in
Right. By week 9 and week after week 8, they're gonna be dangerous.
yes, they are. They are going to be a dangerous team. You guys just need to
So yeah.
stay afloat, keep doing what you're doing, and I think because I think that division will come down between the Steelers and uh, and the Ravens. Although, like today, the Browns won a game over Miami, but I'll be on. And here's the thing, and I'm trying to be because I like both of the quarterbacks. I like Gabriel, and I also like Sador. I like Gabriel because he was a quarterback at Oklahoma. I'm a big Oklahoma fan. I like Sador,
Right.
but um, sometimes you gotta see whose skill set transfers better into the NFL. Um, Choosing both of those guys like that was probably not a good idea because, like today's game, Cleveland won the game, but Dylan Gabriel did not do anything outstanding. That game was won by their defense and the running back
They got,
that they have played all world today.
they got a big time defense.
Yes.
They have a big time defense, man. If Cleveland had any kind of offense, man, they might have been in first place by now.
Yep. And
But man, I'm gonna tell you. Oh, go ahead, man.
well, I'm saying that to say, at what point do you? And I think if they go one and whatever, I think sooner or later they'll have to give Sadu a shot because you want to know: are we okay with the quarterback position, or do we need to try to sign a veteran, get someone in the draft? Because one thing about Cleveland, the fan base, they're not going to be happy with you guys with them picking another rookie quarterback and trying to, start this thing all over again. The fan base will put up
It
for
don't make no sense.
they won't put up with it 2 years in a row, 2 seasons in a row. So I think they'll probably try to get a veteran somewhere.
It don't make no sense for them to draft another quarterback. You had 4 or 5. You had 4 or 5 and traded 2 this year. You know, and so it don't make no sense for them to go out and keep getting quarterbacks every year. They between Cleveland, Chicago, and your Commanders since 1999. Don't you know how many quarterbacks them 3 teams have started
Man, I know
combined?
I think we've had about 20.
Right, but you know how many altogether? You know how many of them teams? How many quarterbacks them teams have started since 99, 2000?
Probably about
100.
I've been saying about 80. Cause I know
100.
we've ran through a lot of quarterbacks, and I know Cleveland has ran through a lot of quarterbacks.
Cleveland, Chicago ran through way more than
Yes,
you guys.
yeah, the Bears.
Yeah, but you guys up there, y'all don't have to worry about that problem no more.
No, but
And I don't think Chicago is going to have to worry about that problem no more for a while because they play some pretty good, decent football right now.
yes, but the thing about it is sometimes people take the quarterback position for granted. Because sometimes when you have a team that have a good quarterback and they think, okay, this is how it's supposed to be, but it's just that when that quarterback gets old where he can't play anymore, and then you got to go back and try to get a quarterback. And now the team that's been real fortunate as far as not having to go through what I call a quarterback desert has been Green Bay. Green Bay has hit
True.
on their quarterback 3 consecutive times. Started with Brett Favre.
With Paul, and,
Yeah, yeah,
and Jordan Love.
yes, yep. And if you
That's true.
and even the Cowboys, even though I can't stand I can't stand them, but they've so far they've always been okay at the quarterback. See, people don't think just because you have a quarterback don't mean you win the Super Bowl, but you got to have a good quarterback just to be competitive. Because the Cowboys
True.
because we know with Troy Aikman, and then when Troy went finally retired, that was a kind of a void there. But then Romo came and they were okay at the quarterback position. Romo then finally after that, but it's like you said, man. If you don't get it right, look at the Saints. Look out, look at the Saints had Drew Brees forever, and right now, they're. I think they may have hit on Spencer Rattler because the Saints' problem ain't quarterback, man. They just don't. Their defense is just old.
They all washed up.
Yes, their defense is old.
The defense is washed up.
Now let me bring up a quarterback name, and I'm gonna ask you: Is it time? Is it time for them to look at doing something else because he's not getting the job done, and that's the Jags quarterback, man.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up because people is not talking about him like they would if it was any other quarterback.
Yes,
I haven't seen anything that guy did. That guy ain't did anything since he been in the league, but been the one playoff game, maybe two playoff games.
he had done nothing,
No,
and
and,
and,
and
and and he was supposed to have been a generational quarterback, one of those that come once in a generation,
generation.
and at some point you got to look at the position and say, hey, you know, because they're giving him there's some he's got offensive line, he's got a good running back with 18. At some point, he's not getting it done, homeboy Glenn.
No, he's not. And I'm gonna tell you something else, man. What hurt my heart the teaching I bring this up, man. I think it's about over with Justin Fields, man. I think it's about over with him
No,
because he's not the answer in New York. If I was New York Jet, I'd be calling Cleveland. And that's about Shadur Sanders. They'd have nothing to lose.
true, true.
They don't have nothing to lose. And he cannot, I don't care what no, you know, he ain't haven't got a chance to play yet, but some of the worst quarterback I see, he got to be just as good as they are.
True. But what I think is going to
No.
happen with the Jets, I think with the Jets, going back to what I was talking about when I said about um, the Browns, I don't think their fan base is going to be patient enough for them to have another young quarterback. Now New York may be the one place that may just kind of you can get away one more year because with Sadur he brings a certain je ne sais quoi, a certain it factor where you can market him. So I think the New York would kind of be okay with having him, prime time and all that. But and I think that's the only time they would probably be patient if you had someone
Hey,
because
I'm going to tell you another thing. I tell you another team, man, could give him a try. Who won't hurt him? Miami Dolphins.
oh yeah, I think this gonna
Because
be
Tua Tonga is not his team.
yeah, I think it's gonna be the last year for him. I think it's gonna be last year for their coach. I think it's gonna be last year for the cheetah, their receiver. I think that they're gonna rebuild, but it goes back to um, because they're gonna tear it down, brother, because they spent a lot of money on the offensive side of the football with Miami. They did. They bought in just all world offensive players, brother, and and cause they got some infighting. Tua had his press conference to basically throw everybody under the bus except for himself. um, and that,
Yeah.
and they're not getting it done.
Man, it's funny how they tried to make them guys look like they were better than Jalen Hurts. But that dude got it. Jalen Hurts played some good football today. He
Well,
played some of the best football today I've seen him play.
I think the Eagles' biggest problem is that they just don't know what they are, because whichever style they decide to play, they're good at it. But it's just that they got two styles. I will run when you're a running team, they win. When they are a passing team, they win. But the only problem is that when you got AJ Brown, um, the other receiver Smith, they want their passes, but then you also got Saquon Barkley. You can run the whole offense through him and Jalen, and the tight end that they have. So it's almost like at some point, and I think that may be their downfall because I just think sooner or later they're gonna get caught up with, who do we make happy, and going into if you're gonna make a deep playoff run, everybody got to be on the same page. You can't have
True.
guys while we winning, they still mad. We winning and I'm mad because they ain't throwing me the ball. Or we can't have guys like, okay, we winning, but I'm only averaging 55 yards a game. I'm the running back. So something's gonna have to give, homeboy Glenn.
True. That's exactly true. I, they got an athletic team, but it's still something missing on their team.
Like I said,
Still something missing.
they don't have no one knows what their identity is. Because like Kansas City, you know what the Kansas City Chiefs identity is. You know what they are. They are a preferred passing team. That's what they are. Now, will they run the ball? Yeah, but they're not a team that's just gonna feature the run. That's just not them. That's not what they do. That's not them. And they're getting back to being playing chief type football, but you know, it's just like with the Steelers. You guys are a blue collar football team, and I think y'all getting now. What I like about um the quarterback that you guys got down, he's doing a good job of using his experience, and then when you need for him to make a play, he can make plays. Where the whole offense
They
ain't
can make
centered,
a play.
the offense is not centered around him, because you guys lost last week. It wasn't so much the offensive side of the ball as it was defense.
Man, the defense. I'm gonna tell you, this is why I'm gonna tell you what you call it tonight. Man, there's something going. Man, I have never seen so many weak defenses.
I know.
There's so many. I mean, the defense is weak this year, man. Not just Pittsburgh, Dallas, Baltimore. I mean, just
Hey,
weak defenses. You know.
throw my team in there.
Yeah, command. Even Denver. You look at Denver.
Yes,
They give up 32 points at home to the Giants.
to the Giants.
They have to score 30 points to come back and beat the Giants. And I'm thinking the Chargers were going to be one of the better defensive teams.
Nope.
And hell, they look what Indianapolis did to them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a lot of weak defense this year, man. I don't understand it, man.
And
then another thing, man, the defensive back, the referee, the defensive back don't have no rights, man. It's already hard enough playing at cornerback.
Yes, man.
Man, they don't have no rights.
They gotta fix that. You gotta fix it.
They got to do something about this, man.
You gotta get the DBs a fighting chance, man, because
They don't have no better chance, man. It's like, man, they don't have no rights out there, man. They can't work. Damn you do, damn if you don't. You can't, man. I'm telling you, man. Because it was a pass they made called pass interference on you guys today. Man, damn, what can the guy do? He don't even fight for the ball. Prescott threw the ball short, and y'all still called it.
And now that you got me where I'm all mad and pissed off, and we talk about DBs, man, look, let me say this. Now, there are some DBs that play off their reputation, and they just stealing money. And the person that comes to my mind, and you know what the show is about, man. We can rip, rant, kick knowledge about all things football, but I got to go on a rant real quick. We got to do something about Marshawn Lattimore, bro, because he don't.
That's what I was going to tell you. What happened to him, man?
it goes back to what we talked about with Jalen Ramsey and all those guys. See, defensive backs have I call a 3 to 4 year window where they are once they peak and then they're these shut down cover corners and all that. You got about a good 3 or 4 year window where you're top notch. But when you start to slide or lose a step, as they say, but a lot of that, but teams will pay you big money, even though you may have one good year left, and you may not have that. And that's what happened with us. We were so desperate for defensive backs because we would get like bomb teams would throw what I call chunk yards, and hell, they would just score. So we were so desperate for defensive coverage, and we paid Marshawn Lattimore big money. Now, look, I don't care about that. My point of it is, bruh, you are getting the reputation of being a kitchen match. Everybody want to like you. Everyone want to strike you. You're a kitchen match because they're starting to isolate him. They're starting to isolate him and throw at him because you're either going to do two things. You're going to get burned or you're going to get a pass interference call. Some of the pass interference calls he gets, bro, are just dumb. I know you should be able to cover a tight end. You shouldn't have to grab and manhandle the freaking tight end, and he's just coming across the middle for a 5 or 6 yard pass just to keep play straight up defense. It's like,
Man,
they need to move that brother to safety, man.
yeah, he sure made a few bad plays today. I was looking at after that, and all them guys like him, or Jalen Ramsey, Doris Slay.
Yes.
It's a few more, man. It's just I don't understand it, man. I do not understand.
But if
I know you get more. It's better wide receivers coming in the league now though.
But if you go back, because remember, man, NFL football is a young man's game. You're not gonna always stay in your prime, and you only in your prime in the NFL for 3 to 4 years, unless you're a quarterback. But
That's right.
Every other position, man, 3 to 4 years, you in your prime, and after that 4th or 5th year, you count on that downslide. So all those guys you mentioned, that's where they are now, man. They are on the downslide. Yes. Now they could be guys that you pick up. Say you go into the playoffs and you want to you need a veteran for, but they're not the type of guy that you pay big money for because they're not the future is not going to be with them. The future with the Steelers is not with Clay. The future for us at the cornerback position is not going to be with Lattimore, even though he's by our age he's still a young guy, but NFL wise, I don't know, man, because they're starting to isolate him, man. It's like, dude, you couldn't handle CD. And then he couldn't handle y'all boy who I mean, it's like, man, who can you guard?
That's what I'm talking about, man. It's just I don't know, man. It's like up and coming safety like Patrick Surtain and Houston got Daryl Stingley and man, I'm gonna tell you, teams quietly they not getting no recognition, but they quietly playing good football. It's Carolina Panthers.
Yes.
Even though they didn't play nobody today, but hey, they slowly improving though.
Well, depending on the type of record that you had the previous year dictates the type of schedule you play. They're playing what you would call a last place schedule, but they're taking care of business. Now they probably won't be playing any division champions or teams that win, but except for the teams that in their division, but they're taking care of business. They're beating the team that they're supposed to beat. And they are a young team. They got talent. They got and the arrow for them is pointing in the right direction, man. The quarterback, young, he's finally started to learn how to play the position, and you can't sleep on them because they're gonna give you their best game, and it wouldn't surprise me if they don't come up and steal the division.
True, because ain't nobody. The Jets is the only team I consider is out the playoff picture.
True.
The Jets is the only team I can see out the playoff picture.
True. Because those
Other than that, everybody else, even Baltimore hadn't won but one game. But man, they're just a dangerous team in first place right now, to me.
Baltimore, when they get healthy, they're going to be a team to nobody want to see coming. But
That's right, man.
But homeboy, when I look at some of the teams on paper before they play, you think, well, man, just like the Giants against Denver, although Denver came back and beat them, you would think that was going to be a blowout. Green Bay came out the block like they were world beaters, and all of a sudden it's like, well, because they barely hung on and beat the Cardinals 27-23.
Cardinals.
And just like with the Cowboys, you cannot go for, and everybody said, well, I'm just salty, but you cannot go for when you are the last place on defense. To me, it just brings me to mind of the old San Diego Chargers. You remember the old San Diego Chargers when we were kids?
Yeah,
with Dan Fouts and all. Oh man, they they could put up points, man, but they're gonna give up more than they're gonna put up. I do say if we had one or two of our veteran receivers, I think that game today would have been totally different. All because there were chances for us to keep the drives going, and Jaden Daniels would hit some of these guys right in the hands for the first down, and they either drop the ball or not catch it. I'm like, man, and that makes a big difference because the goal was to keep the Cowboys defense out there, and then you could wear them down. But hindsight is always 20/20 though, brother. But it's just
I want to ask you what the deal on Diggs.
Man,
Diggs from Dallas.
Look, I don't know, but that whole story didn't sound right to me. How do you what kind of games you playing at home where you get a concussion? You might want to go live somewhere else. If you getting hit hard at home than you are in football practice, hell, the Cowboys need to sign up the person who gave you that concussion.
I need to leave that woman alone.
Whatever he's doing,
he's fooling. We just leave him alone.
He need to tell his defensive coordinator, man, we need to go sign her or him or whoever. Because
they're playing harder than he is.
Because, yes, you got some explaining to do when you're at home and you get a concussion. Like, what was you doing? Because everybody know before the game, you don't do nothing. You don't do any work. What are you doing at home? Unless you're doing something you should not be doing that the NFL is saying that's not in your contract. Because most players, when it's game time, man, they stay off their feet. they're busy they're busy hydrating and looking at the plays and whatever. What are you doing that you get a concussion for? Falling off the couch watching TV? I mean, what? Unless you were doing something that your contract says you should not be doing.
That's true. But like I said, man, it's I don't know, man. It's kind of suspicious, though.
Yes. How do you get a concussion, boy, Glenn?
It's real suspicious, man.
What was you doing to get a concussion?
Yeah, but I tell you what, them races, them divisions, all of them kind of tight. All of them about a game or two in the front or behind each other.
I think the division is gonna come down to he who loses a quarterback.
And it's gonna might come down to the last week of the season.
Yeah, but if you lose your quarterback later on, I think that's gonna be your chance of going to the playoff. Because where the game got away from us was, first of all, Jalen got hurt. I don't think it's too serious. It might be a hamstring. It might be. I don't think it was too serious. We'll see. But we brought in Marcus Mariota. Now Mariota's a good. He's a good quality backup because he can do some of the things that Jaden can do. We just can't do them as good. But we don't have to go ahead and change our total offense around when he comes in. But he was trying to make a play. Sometimes just take the down and live to fight another day. So he was trying to make a play. He got spent around trying to get away from the tackles, and he threw the ball which he thought was open to the flat to the outside, and Bland picked it off and made a house call, and that allowed the Cowboys to go up by pretty much two touchdowns, and then from there, I was like, okay, we got it's problems, man, it's problems.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's like I said, every week it's a dog fight now.
Now,
Matter of fact, the playoff might start earlier than what it usually be.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Now, homeboy Glenn,
I'm talking about the regular season.
let me ask you this question now, because you and I, we old school football players, and I know the game has changed. But please explain to me, how the hell you are on your own? You are inside the 10, fourth quarter. You need this touchdown to get this thing at least to 2 touchdowns with 11 minutes to go. And it is 3rd down and 1. Homeboy Glenn, why the hell are we passing this football when it's 3rd down and 1? We passed the football, didn't make it on 3rd down. Now you come up, now it's 4th and 1. You try to pass again. You got 2 chances to run the ball and pick up 1 freaking yard. Has the game changed?
I don't understand it. I blame them on the offensive coordinators, man.
That's who I'm blaming. Cliff, what the hell you doing?
Yeah, it's the offensive coordinator fault, man.
Sometimes
it happens all the time, man.
All the time, dude. You don't have to trick anybody. You are 3rd and 1. You got 2 chances to pick up 1 yard. Now you running on 3rd and 1 and you get close. Now that brings everything in, all options on the table, because now you're 4th and probably a foot or whatever. You can quarterback sneak. You can run it with your running back. You can You can go play action. But you limit yourself when you 3rd and 1 and you try to throw the ball and you don't make it. Now you hadn't picked up any, because this was like a long one, maybe like a 1.5. But I'm like, dude, the Cowboys are a team that proved that they cannot stop the run. What the hell are we doing? I was like,
I don't know why they didn't run the ball on them today, because they come out running and they were getting 7 and 8 yards of carry. And it looked like they stopped doing that.
I think this is where you miss Robinson. You miss a power back, because we went to a power back in the 4th quarter. We went with Rodriguez, which means with a power back, you tackling him, he's still gonna get at least 2 or 3 yards. Okay, now that sets you up for maybe 2nd and 7. You now play action comes into the game, and then my boy fumbled again. We were driving on their 45, and JD fumbled again. I was like, dude. So we lost, but I didn't walk away from the game thinking, okay, man, we can't beat these Cowboys. I walked away from that game saying, we can beat them the next time we play them. All we got to do is have some of our running backs, have some of our receivers back, and just get healthy. It'll be a whole different
Get healthy.
Because
sure will.
You don't go from having your defense don't get better. If you're a bad defense and you don't get better, even with scheme, you just don't get better, because the longer the season go, the more players get injured, and then, you start to get those little nicks and whatever, man. But so what's next? What's next with the Steelers, man? Who y'all play next?
I want to say, we play the Green Bay. I might be wrong. I want to say we play the Packers. I know we got the Packers coming up. We got a tough schedule coming up in there.
Ooh, yes, y'all
Hey,
do.
we got a lot of good schedule coming up now.
Y'all
But
do.
man, they got to do something, especially that run defense, man. It's pathetic, man.
Y'all do play the Packers, man, and y'all play them next Sunday night.
Yeah, man, that run defense is pathetic, man. It is pathetic.
Y'all play
I'm
the
talking about all them high price name players on that team. And man, they just play like a college team.
and see, and we
They
got
they got a bunch of overwatched up they got a bunch of overwatched up superstars, man. But they pass their plan.
yep. And like I said, um, sometimes teams go and bring in players based on reputation. Yeah,
Too.
yeah, and I don't.
Because man, hey, man, go ahead.
And I'm not begrudging the players, man. If you're a player, your job is to earn as much money as you can for whatever that skill you got. Even though I'm down on Lattimore, not as a person, man. I like him as a person, but football is
Oh
still
yeah.
it's but the fan in me, FA Junior fan is saying we got to get something different out of him because teams have realized he is our Achilles heel, man. He's our weakness, so they're going at it. So he's got to do something, man. And,
Real man, because they weighing him out today.
and the thing about it, where the league is, when you are a cornerback, every defensive coordinator is going to look at film. If they see that, okay, wait a minute, he's the weakness. Every defense that you play against is going to do the same thing because that's NFL. Yeah.
Yeah. They gonna pick you apart.
Yes. And just like with Jaden Daniels,
Yeah, they
last year nobody really knew, some of the things he was doing. So all of a sudden he could do whatever he wanted to do. This year's different. So Cliff
hey,
Kingsbury,
but I think Pittsburgh missed out. I'm
huh?
sorry for
No,
cutting you
no,
off,
go ahead.
but I think Pittsburgh missed out when they get that running back from Arizona State,
Yeah,
Scatterbug or whatever his name.
yeah. I think
Yeah, that boy, he fit Pittsburgh
yeah,
style.
yeah,
And that's why I say I don't know what they put in the draft. That dude was there for you to get.
yes,
Forget Caleb Johnson, man. The
yes,
boy from Iowa.
man.
Man, they missed. Some of them teams missed on the draft, man.
Man, I got a chance to watch Scatterboo while he was in college, man, and he's a football player. In fact,
Yeah, he's a football player.
they would let him throw it. They would let him throw it. He was a football player, hard nosed football player, and you're right. He fits into what you guys like to do. So I don't know why the Steelers didn't take him.
They didn't go out and miss guys like that, man. Even guys like Jalen Hurts, man, we missed Jalen Hurts for damn Chase Claypool.
Yeah,
I said, man, come on, man.
that was bad.
Man, but hey, what you think about the Bears?
Well, here's why I am about the Bears. I think the Bears are a team that's starting to peak. Now they're not winning and staying in games because of the quarterback. Now he's playing better. He's playing better, but they are starting to get their defense is starting to improve. Man, the Bears are starting to get the old Bear defense. Now the offense is coming along and doing just enough. But I watched that game today, man. It was, and I look at when they played against my team. Their defense, they're a bunch of no name guys. They don't have nobody that stands out. But the Bear defense is for real.
We got a nice defense.
But early in the season, they was like the worst run defense in the league. So I don't know
True.
if it's scheme or guys figuring it out or whatever, but they're starting
I'm
to.
getting like what New England doing. I'm getting like what New England doing over there.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. The Patriots are playing good football.
Sure is. They got a nice quarterback too.
Well, it came down to us picking him or going with Jalen Daniels.
Either way didn't go wrong. Nobody went wrong.
No. So now, what are your feelings
Yeah.
about tomorrow's night, Monday night football game, man? We got the Lions and Tampa Bay.
That's gonna be a good one there. If I just only thing, Evans and if Bouquet they supposed to play tomorrow. If they play tomorrow, they gonna get Detroit a problem because Detroit gonna be missing Branch.
Yes.
They gonna be missing Branch. And man, again, I wanted to talk about what he did last week in that game against Kansas City. Man, that was pretty low class what he did. But you know he's young, and I hope he learned from that though.
Yes. Now, but did you see the whole picture?
Did I see what that?
Did you see everything that happened?
No, I didn't see the whole thing.
All right, let me tell you the whole thing. The whole thing was the Kansas City player did an illegal block from the back on him, almost like a blindside block. Well, that's football. That's the old saying. Whatever's in between the lines, you leave it there. You know, you wait, you get him back on the football field. Okay, and so dude, hit him in the back. You know, it was hard, but it wasn't. You know, it is what it was. But when the game was over, that's when he decided to retaliate because you know, just like in basketball, second man can always get caught by the refs. So he decided to retaliate,
Right.
and then so that's what got him in suspension and stuff. And even the coach was like, "Man, we don't teach that. That's not our brand. That's not Lions football." And like you said, he's a young
Nah,
guy.
he from Alabama.
Like you said, he's a young
Yeah.
guy. I think he'll learn from it. I hope he will, because you know I think he'll learn. He'll learn.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's gonna be a good game tomorrow night, though, man. I think it's gonna be a good one, man.
Well, they're
And
playing.
Tampa Bay got a nice team over there. Like one of them guys said on NFL, they still got the same players that won the Super Bowl one too long ago. A lot of them guys still on their team.
Well, now to me, it all depends on where that game is going to be played at, and they're playing it in Detroit. I think
True.
Detroit is a lot better on the turf, and then and Tampa Bay is a lot better on grass. But just so happened they're
Right.
playing on the turf, and so now if you ask me which team I think gonna win, which team I think gonna win, I'm gonna go with
Who you think? Who you think?
I think Tampa Bay's gonna take it.
I do too.
I
I
think
believe it would. Yep. I believe Tampa Bay. I believe Tampa Bay might take it too.
if
Hey, but I know I want to ask you before you go.
yeah.
What do you think about y'all saying a Traylon break?
Say what now? Oh, hey, brother, let me tell you something. I was hoping and praying that he would play today. That's a steal. You know why you and I know him, but nobody else, bro. Here's the thing about Burks. First of all, he went to a team that didn't have a quarterback in place. He went to a
True.
team that they really didn't have a system in place for him. Didn't know how to use him, and plus he got hurt. When he got hurt in all season, and because he was a big guy, because he reminds me a little bit of Debo. He's a Debo type, but he's a lot faster. So they expected him. They want him to lose weight. Everybody can't play when they drop 15 or 20 pounds. You know, that's
Right.
yeah. And so I think for us, oh, bro, I think that's a steal of that was a steal of a deal, man. I think
Man, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to tell you. Anytime a man go hog hunting with just a butcher knife,
with a knife,
you better tell him.
man, he's the kind of guy that can play on my team because he's like,
That's
look,
right.
man, all I need is a knife. Give me a knife and I'll cut
That's
hog
all.
hunting. Yeah,
Wild hog hunting, you don't need nothing but a knife. That's who I want on my team.
I'll take him. I'll take him anytime, brother. I would take him anytime. And like I said, for us, I think that's a steal of a deal. Um, and see, here's the thing about the Commanders. I think what we did, first thing we wanted to do, because we were losing, we wanted to at least give the fan base something to feel good about. So the first thing, because remember, everybody we got came from the 49ers. So they basically bought the system that the 49ers were doing, hard-hitting football. They brought in a few veterans. who pretty much had one or two good years left. And the goal was to surround those veterans with younger, talented guys and start to get them, slowly transition and get those younger guys out there. Um, like Frankie Lebo. Frankie's is a younger guy, but Wagner, he's a tackling machine, but he's a little long in the tooth. But now we slowly getting them to understand this is what 49er football is. It's hard hitting, it's aggressive, and that's what we were doing today. And so I think by picking up Burks, that gives us the chance to infuse a young, athletic, strong, big, fast, wide receiver, and that's something that we've been missing because Scary Terry but he ain't a big receiver. We needed that, so he kind of reminded me a little bit of AJ Brown and stuff. So I think that was a steal for when I heard we were just having him in for the visit. I was like, God, Lord, please don't let him leave town without us signing him. So that's gonna be good, man. So I don't know if
that's a good pickup, man.
yeah, because they gotta they gotta at least take a week or so to get you into the playbook and find out what you do and whatever. So that's gonna be. I think, like I said, man. Now, don't be surprised if we don't win next Monday night against Kansas City, Doc, because it's hard to lose 3 games in a row. I don't care how bad you are or what's going on. We're starting to get some people back. And because truth be told, McLaurin could have played this week, but I think they decided to give him an extra week. And so we're starting to get some folks back. And we get some people back on offense. And now I'm more concerned as to what's going on with Jaden, but we shall see how that's going to go. But homeboy Glenn, you about to hear the sound of my music, bro. And here you go. All right, it is time to wrap it and cap it. This has been another episode of Sports Therapy with F.A. Jr. I'd like to thank Jay in Grand Prairie. I'd like to thank my homeboy Glenn for calling in. Man, I love my homeboy Glenn. He always calls in and he never fails. He never fails. And I'd like to thank you, the listening audience, those who allow me to be me. I am checking out, and we will see you next week. And on the yard, remember what I say. Always stay golden. Goodbye, everybody.